Okay, good morning everyone. I'm back again. I just thought I'd drop in real quick with a couple of questions. Firstly, hearing a lot today about Joe Biden expanding asylum immigration to, I think it was like 69,000 people. And saying unfortunately we won't reach that number this year, but sure, it's a goal now. I find that a bit weird because he's quite famously having trouble with the immigration issues at the southern border of the United States. So part of me is kind of thinking this is just an attempt to deal with that. Now, you want to increase immigration, that's fine, but what you call it? I just think the whole messaging, the whole communication around it is deceptive. Which, I mean, he's in politics, so I guess it's normal. Anyway, it'll just be interesting to see how it plays out. Will it affect the southern border crisis? Will it make things easier? Will it make things worse? I mean, in theory, if you agree to increase numbers of people getting asylum, perhaps you'll see increased numbers of people showing up at the border still, which is very bad because they are well over capacity at those centres near the border. I don't know what they're called, and they are sleeping in horrible conditions. So he is kind of creating a bit of a humanitarian crisis, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. They are not getting adequate services. But anyway, so and then in terms of domestic news, it looks like we're going to get increased levels of public transport and stuff like Irish Rail. Now, I mean, great. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out because a lot of people are going to be working from home now. A lot of people aren't going to be working at all. We're still kind of on reduced, I don't know, overall economy. I guess, and there's going to be a lot of businesses that aren't going to be open for a while yet, even though we're all kind of opening up gradually. And to the extent that businesses are open, they're not going to be open on the same scale. So it'll be interesting to see what our capacity is going to end up being on public services again, because, say for example, one of the main fights people discuss nowadays is climate change, and now we've doubled the cost, doubled if not more, on the cost of transport for people, because now we can't afford, for example, to have a full train car on Irish Rail. They are currently at 25% capacity, and I think when there's rules that have come in that says shortly, like I don't think it's next week, 2 weeks time, they'll be able to open that up to 50% capacity. But that's still, I mean, 50%. Even then will be half of the actual total capacity, and this is in the summer period. I don't know if it's going to hold into the winter period, and yeah, so it'll be interesting to see because, well, again, there's a lot of taxpayer money going into paying for these services, and there's also lots to be said around the cost of the actual running of them, with regards to carbon tax and what this means for overall approach to the environment. Like, this isn't just applied to Irish Rail. This is public services in general are operating at a whole new standard, which is going to be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so basically my focus at the moment is things are opening up. There's a lot of change in the air now. A lot of people are more optimistic, which is good to see. I'm happy to see this stuff coming slowly to an end as much as anyone. But I will be curious as to how things unfold and whether or not certain things are acceptable. Last little note, there was a protest apparently yesterday, the day before. I didn't get much information on it. In Dublin City Centre, 200 people, guards definitely attended. That's a video I did see. Quite a lot of them. I mean, you would have thought you wouldn't need that many for 200 people, but apparently quite a lot of guards. So, despite the fact that we're coming near the end of this, still a lot of people protesting, and you'd want to know why. But that's a conversation for another day.